Florida is so broke right now, people are literally financing their groceries like a car note. Florida has officially turned into the second most financially distressed state in America. Of course, only Texas beat them out. When I saw it, I thought, dang, Florida and Texas are in competition with each other to see who can treat their people the worst. See, here's the wild part. A new study found that 25% of Floridians are financing their groceries using buy now, pay later. You heard that right. Loans. We finance cars, homes. Some people even do it to furniture. Now it's chicken wings, bread, and milk. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me because when you look at Florida, a huge part of the problem is the elderly. And it's not like grandma can go get a side hustle at Amazon or the grocery store to make up for the money that she misses every month. The elderly don't have that option. It means that they're feeling the squeeze tighter than anybody else. And the squeeze is brutal. People are delaying payment, racking up late fees, filing bankruptcy, or just straight up not paying bills no more. That's not living paycheck to paycheck. That's survival on credit. And just note, it's not just a Florida story or a Texas story. When two of the largest states in the country are collapsing under the weight of necessities, that means it's a sign that it's happening everywhere. So if Florida is drowning while selling sunshine and palm trees, imagine what it looks like in states that don't have the tourism economy to fall back on. And quiet as kept, Florida ain't got it to fall back on no more either. So remember, America will sell you a dream, but it will make you finance the groceries just to stay alive. And if you think it's normal, then you've already accepted living in a nightmare.
That is a nightmare. That's a nightmare. When you got to finance your groceries, when you got to finance your food, that's a nightmare. But a lot of people just don't have it right now. And I'm always going to say that, man. People going to have to tribe up. And people one dude asked me, what tribe up mean? You're going to have to link up with somebody else in order to survive right now. The jobs ain't paying, or the wages is not, they are not increasing like the rate of inflation, man. The rate of these mortgages, the rate of food. And so I can see why people are using finances to, they're financing their food. A lot of people putting that, and when she mean financing, I assume she mean putting it on credit cards, buying it now on credit cards, having to pay it later. When you talk about 20 to possibly 30% interest, that's a lot of interest that you're having to pay on a loaf of bread, a pack of meat, some milk, snacks or whatever, you know what I mean? And right now, food stamps is cutting heavily, bro. I heard the criteria for food stamps, man, is now it's off the chain. A lot of people who used to can qualify for the food stamps is being a SNAP program, whatever they call it now, or being kicked off, or they just ain't qualifying, man. It's like you make too much money or your husband make too much money. I know this one lady, she said her and her husband was on disability. She gets Social Security, but her husband get disability. And he was on disability and it was going off what he used to make. She said they was making too much money to qualify for food stamps. So, of course, they'll be in this situation like anybody else. But financing food is dangerous, man. It's crazy. You racking up debt. And I just think we're in a place right now where the rich getting richer and we're stacking up so much debt to it's getting unreal. It's getting scary with the amount of debt that people is racking up. I got one show coming up where right now they're saying credit card debt is in the trillions. That money would never be paid back because of the interest so much. You know what I mean? You imagine if you rack up $10,000 on your credit card and they charging you 20 to 29%, some places I think even 30% interest. Now that interest accrue daily. A lot of people think it's accrue every 30. No, on some credit cards, you better read the fine print. I had one that accrued daily. And once because I was paying it off, right, I charged it up. And I was paying up, like, this shit never going nowhere. So I just took a lump sum money, paid that shit up and cut that card up. You know what I mean? Because that was ridiculous. I was just paying straight interest. So, and I'm telling people, a lot of people backs against the wall, they already done ruined their credit, so they can't go and get a new credit card or something like that. So now they're having to file bankruptcy, man. And they said right now seniors are leading the bankruptcy in America right now. Seniors, man, because they are on a fixed income. They retired, they're on a fixed income. Things are going up. Property taxes are going up. Food is going up. Insurance is going up. Everything is going up except the wages. So a lot of people is out here struggling just to make ends meet and pay bills, man. And so that is a sad thing, man. But not only seniors, this one video I got coming up, he said, bankruptcy has hit an all-time high of 600,000 bankruptcies just this year alone. And that's almost surpassing 2008 when the market had crashed. So you could tell we're on the verge of something huge, man. And I feel sorry for people, bro. I really do feel sorry for people because a lot of people can't survive right now. We talking about if you financing food, you imagine if your car breaks down. You imagine the light bill. I heard some people here in Georgia said the light bills is going up $400-500. And they light bill used to be like $130, now that thing to double like $300 or $400. So everything is going up except the wages. It's almost like we are being priced out. We are being squeezed. And so I'm starting to feel bad for a lot of people, bro. If you ain't in the situation where you was saving at one point, you finna be hurting. You finna be in a world of hurt. Let's listen to another guy. He was saying how rent is $2,500 and above where he at. And I'm like, that's finna become the norm. And how many people, if your rent is $2,500, they're asking you to have 3 times the amount of rent. And if you don't got 3 times the amount of rent, they give you this like some type of program you got to be on, and that's a fee. And everything is becoming a fee for this, fee for that, man. Fees, these things are coming BS, bro. All these fees and people trying to trap you into monthly fees. And if you ain't got the credit, well, we can finance you, but it's gonna be a $30 a month fee or $50 a month fee until you reach this amount. And man, everything's just a big scam right now. That's why I tell people, tribe up, lower your payments, get rid of that highest car, get rid of these high apartments, or move somebody in that's thinking like you, like-minded. And y'all can build something. If y'all say, hey, man, we got 18 months, we can't get it, and write some rules down. Hey, man, if we have a disagreement, let's talk about this thing. Let's not get into it. Let's not ruin what we both trying to build, man. And not let our emotions take over what we might be trying to accomplish in this setup here. But but you're gonna have to tribe up. Let's get into the next video, and I'll come back and give you my commentary on that one.
Oh, do y'all really think it's normal to be paying $2,500 a month plus for rent? Is that normal? Do you think it's normal to pay $300, $400, $500 on a car note, $100 on your phone bill, $150 on electricity? Like, that's not normal, yo. Do you know what you could do with that type of money in different places? The reason these prices are so high is because they know they can take advantage of us. It's that simple. And they know we're going to keep paying. I feel like we don't have the discipline to force these people's hand. Like, these prices are out of control. Like, it shouldn't be this expensive for literally basic necessities. Just because we are the richest country in the world and have the highest GDP doesn't mean we should be taken advantage of and squeezed for like every dime we got. That makes no sense to me. Things should cost what they cost. And a lot of that is, the market, and, we determine the market. So I believe we got to do better, man. It's only going to get worse, the more we put up with and accept, them hiking up these prices, because these companies just want to make money. Like, that's all they in it for, so they'd be like, oh, all right, if something costs $50 and they, take it up to 60 and we still buying, they're like, all right, bet. Let's take it up to 70. They'll take it up until we do something about it. And that's their strategy. Like, don't fall for it, man. Just pay the money for what things are really worth. And if you can't find a reasonable price, don't buy it. Don't buy it. If most people did that, the economy would be a ton better.
Now, I do agree with him on the apartment. Unfortunately, in most cars, I would love to have a car payment. Well, I don't have a car payment, and nobody in my household have a car payment. We just don't like that payment shit. It's just, we have, but when we can pay that mess off, we pay it off. when it comes to the light bills and phone bills and $150 light bill, that's normal. Cell phone bill, $100, that's pretty normal. You know what I mean? Now the rent is $2,500 for 1 and 2 bedrooms. That is expensive. But people right now, that's the state of the economy, unfortunately. Yes, and it is profit over people. Nobody is giving people a break these days. You know what I mean? If they see that you would, like he just said, if you're willing to pay $50 for something, and now they're gonna raise it when they see the supply and demand, and then they're looking at, oh, they'll pay 60. They're gonna keep raising it until it's not moving no more. It's corporate greed. It's always been corporate greed, and I tell people that. So you have to be careful. What you buying, and you got to negotiate the prices. I don't care. It's kind of hard to negotiate at the grocery store, but if you purchase anything out here, you got to negotiate that price and take your emotions out of it. Don't let your emotions get you trapped up to sign anything. I don't care if that's a rent. I don't care if that's a car payment. I don't care if that's a piece of jewelry you're trying to buy. You shouldn't be financing a lot of that stuff anyway. If you don't have the money right there, just can't afford it. But don't let your emotions get you caught up in that stuff, man. But people do it all the time. But yes, we are living in a state of economy where profit is over people, and we are in trouble. We are in trouble because a lot of people won't be able to survive at this particular rate. And now the AI coming in and finna take over jobs and cut people out of jobs and cut your salaries. And people know that, where that job used to pay $100,000, but I know I can get Bob the Builder over here to do that same job for $82,000. You out, and Bob coming in and now the corporate greed and profit $18,000. That means I can get an $18,000 bonus at the end on top of my already huge bonus. So it is what it is at this point, man. But I tell people, you have to stack cheese, and you got to stack on. You got to partner up right now. We got to partner up in order to get through this, because when this thing do crash, and the market and the price is gonna have to drop, because we're in a bubble. This a bubble, and this thing the bubble gonna burst. You need to have yourself in a position to have cash, so you can go and buy that house that was $700,000. They trying now got to sell it for $200,000. You can go buy that thing and sit on it, because that's all the corporations doing. They buying all these houses, sitting on them, because they know they're gonna come back up. So with that said, man, maybe y'all sure. Until next time, y'all be good.